Hi everyone, this is Diane. I am holding my camera because someone requested that I show my setup here where I work because she said I seem to have everything within arm's reach. And I do have a lot within arm's reach. So I'm holding my camera in my hand so that I can move it around and show you what I have here. I've just finished tidying up from the previous project that I made, at least this area and my sewing area. I still have to do my stamp table, which is kind of messy. But before I mess it up again, I figured I'd better do this video. You can see here, I've already started working on the next journal, which is going to be a design team project for Studio 28E, and it's a Kate Greenaway kit. Kate Greenaway was an artist. Looks like her art was during the Regency period, because that's the style of clothing, like Jane Austen era. So that's what I have here. I've got the book cover, I've got the pages, and I've been cutting out ephemera. So this is my main work area. So let me show you what is around me. To my right, I have this galvanized container. It is 12 inches. It will hold 12-inch paper if I want it to. But I use this to hold the signatures that I have prepared and waiting for me to work on them, or extra pages that I need. This is just extra stuff back here. I don't need it back here, but there's chipboard that I can use for my spine and some Tyvek back there. But I can just use this for larger pieces and signatures and book covers. I'll put them here so they don't get lost in my pile of stuff. And then right here, I have this little container of pencils, pens, paper clips, bulb pins, little tiny safety pins, and what's in there? More safety pins in case I need those things. Mostly I'm pulling out pencils and pens when I need to mark things. This is what I don't really have a place for. I just set it where there's a place to set it, but I have to keep it handy because I use it a lot when I'm crafting. Back here are things I don't use an awful lot, but there are hole punches, and my reinforcements are right there. And there's some other tools here, but not the things I use constantly. Right here is a little rack that my husband had made for me to hold my punches. So let me show you right here. These are the punches I use the most frequently, and then up here are some border punches within easy reach. Then here I have this container. It's divided into fours, and I painted it and Mod Podged some tissue paper onto it. This I put scissors here, bone folders and cutting tools here, rulers in that section, and I just have I have an awl and a great big knife back there. And I think some pencils, but I had gotten this, so I took pencils out of there. I have a little container of pins that I use to unstop my glue. And then I have this little magnet here. It was in a bunch of stuff at a flea market. So when I spill my magnets, or my pins down here, I just use my magnet and get them all. Right here is a little container of glue sticks, in here too, and some red tape. This is my distressor, which I don't use as often as I should. And then my glues are here. The Crystal Effects is behind it, or what is it called? Glossy Accents is behind it. I got this little container recently at Hobby Lobby, and it has the half-size index cards that I got in colors, little tiny Rolodex cards, just some small cards and things like that. And then behind it is another container, the same thing, and it's got copy dyed or stamped index cards and library cards and things like that, so I can grab them easily. Then I have a container that I made out of a cereal box You cut the cereal box at an angle and then tape it together, or cover it with pretty paper and then tape it together here. And it has some stickers, like word stickers, and guest checks and things like that in there. And I have a stapler right there. And then over here, I have this little letter holder where after I cut these pages down to size, I will put the offcuts in here so that they're handy for using for embellishments and pockets and things. And then next to it, I have this 3-drawer container where I will put all of these pieces that I cut and other embellishments that I make. I put small, medium, and large pieces within these drawers. These are just pieces I'm going to make embellishments with. They're just left over from the last project. Okay, back to center. I'm going to move upward now. So I have a set of 3 or 4 wire shelves. I don't do anything with the top shelf. I can't reach it without a stool. So down here, the shelf that I can reach while I'm sitting, I have this really nice container for washi tape. So I can reach even the top shelf, the top drawer of it, and get what I want, use it, and put it back. So that's really handy. And sitting on top of it, I just have extra washi tape and a Dymo labeler. Because it's wire shelving, I put a board here so things don't fall down in it. But I have some bigger punches here. This is my big bite and crocodile things, corner puncher, and then the larger punches that I like to use. Here is a container that has tags in it. No, actually it's little sacks. I did put my giant tags in there because they wouldn't fit in the other one, but this is little sacks. This is the container of tags. It needs to be organized. It's kind of, oh, well, now it really needs to be organized. So there are all my tags. Different sizes, different shapes, and some of them have been decorated some. And then back here are extra containers. There's some tabs that I've already cut and just some extra tags back there. Right here is a container. It's partitioned. I don't even know where I got it. I think stuff at a flea market came in it or something like that, but it's got 3 partitions. So this part has eyelash trim and sari silk. This part has baker's twine, and this part has various other fibers. Either fibers that I got at the Salvation Army or flea markets, or that people have sent me in Happy Mails. So that's handy where I can reach it when I need it. And then next to it is an old sewing machine drawer that I got at the flea market. And this has my seam binding. It's kind of empty right now because I took the big spools out, and they're downstairs because I'm working on cutting seam binding to put in my shop. And then right next to it is this metal container that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I think it's divided. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got this cool handle thing right here, and it's got recipe cards in it. And in this box are postage stamps. And the next shelf has this little container of journaling cards, various journaling cards. And then I have this little container. It used to have my husband's tools in it, little pieces, and he gave it to me years ago, and I cleaned it all up, and I've just recently organized it, and it's got lots of little things. My book corners are right here that I use a lot. Safety pins, it's got all kinds of stuff, and I labeled it. And then here I have this little Pyrex container that has, I'm trying not to make you dizzy, so I'm moving slowly. This has extra stuff in it, like library cards and labels, and these are my Florist hang tags that I got at a flea market. Extra tags and my Tim Holtz wallpaper pieces. I've got the set that I'm using right here, and then an unopened set back here because it was on sale and I love it and I wanted extras. Here's another sewing machine drawer. It was painted white, and it has playing cards in it. And I have this little container sitting on top of that with the miniature playing cards. Sometimes I forget it's there and I pull it down and I spill the miniature cards. Here's a metal drawer I got at a flea market. I spray painted it, and it has postcards and large index cards and things like that. And then I have this container with envelopes in it, smaller envelopes, and these vellum ones that I didn't want to put in a drawer and get messed up. So it's just a bunch of envelopes in there. On the third shelf is my envelope punch board is underneath the bind it all. So they're here. These are the tools for the bind it all. This is a very sturdy shoebox that contains my plant cards and my recipe cards that came in the clubs, you know, Betty Crocker and stuff like that. And then just miscellaneous stuff. My file folders are there that I use for crafting. These are rolls of tulle, a couple of my collage book, and then my binder that I keep track of project ideas and stuff. And then, like I said, up on top, I don't do anything with that stuff up there. So that's in front of me and above me. Now, down below, I have a set of drawers that contains index cards, library cards, and things like that. Various tags, the little tags and these kind of things, little tags like that. Tickets are in there. This is flat cards that I can use. They're larger pieces usually. Sacks, envelopes, and folded cards. Over here is paper, just in this drawer, the very top drawer, I keep scraps of ledger paper, lined paper, and things that I can use to make journaling spots. I like having that real handy while I'm working on a journal, and the rest are just drawers of 12 by 12 paper. And then down here on the floor, I have this there's a drawer here that has cutoffs from various projects, so when I need a small piece of paper, I look in here. Well, they're not real small. Let me show you. A lot of them are 12 inches. They're just cutoffs. So I have quite an assortment in there. And on top is this container of the really small pieces. I think I have some bigger pieces that have to move, but I have this scrap pack of mulberry paper sitting here. And the rest are just small cutoffs. Down here I have some binders that have die cuts and things that I might want to use in my journals. I've got my Tim Holtz paper down here, and this contains my things, my eyelets and my tools for setting eyelets. My wastebasket is right there, and my paper towels are right there, and my baby wipes are right over there too. And as we continue on down there, that's where I move when I have to do my sewing. And my stamping table is behind me. So I hope that helps. You understand how I have my area set up. It really does help having all of these shelves. In fact, I am going to ask my son if he would be able to put up another set of shelves for me. I've had a bulletin board there by my sewing machine because I always pinned my pattern instructions there. But since I don't really use pattern instructions anymore, I don't make garments anymore, I could get rid of that bulletin board. Right now it's just like an inspiration board. But I could get rid of that and really make use of more space there for my fabrics. My sewing area gets really, really hard to use because I've got so many little containers of small pieces of fabric and lace and stuff, and my buttons are all there. I'd like to get all this stuff off of my table so I'd have more room. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I hope you found this helpful, and I have to get back to work cleaning. I've got to work on my stamping table now. So I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.